Ancient Egypt is renowned for its rich cultural history and monumental achievements. This captivating civilization not only left an indelible mark on history, but it also played a significant role in the Bible's narrative. In this video, we will delve into the lesser-known connections between the biblical stories and ancient Egypt, revealing secrets that have remained hidden for centuries. Joseph and his rise to power. The story of Joseph, a central figure in the Bible, is deeply intertwined with ancient Egypt. Joseph, the favored son of Jacob, was sold into slavery by his jealous brothers and brought to Egypt. Despite his challenging circumstances, Joseph's resilience and faith helped him rise to prominence in the Egyptian court. In the Bible, Joseph is known for his ability to interpret dreams, a skill that eventually caught the attention of the Pharaoh. Through his interpretations, Joseph was able to warn the Pharaoh of an impending 7-year famine, offering a strategy to store up grain during the preceding 7 years of plenty. This foresight earned Joseph the position of the second most powerful man in Egypt, managing the nation's resources during the famine and effectively saving countless lives. The Israelites' sojourn in Egypt. The story of the Israelites living in Egypt is another vital connection between the Bible and ancient Egypt. The Hebrew population, initially welcomed due to Joseph's influence, thrived in the region of Goshen. This period of prosperity allowed the Hebrews to grow into a sizable community, ultimately leading to their enslavement by a new pharaoh who felt threatened by their numbers and influence. While in Egypt, the Israelites adopted some of the local customs and practices, incorporating elements of ancient Egyptian culture into their own. This melding of cultures would later influence various aspects of Israelite society, even after their eventual exodus from Egypt. Moses and the Plagues of Egypt. The story of Moses, one of the most revered figures in the Bible, is also intrinsically linked with ancient Egypt. Raised as an Egyptian prince, Moses eventually came to learn about his true heritage as a Hebrew. Compelled by God to free his people from Egyptian bondage, Moses confronted the Pharaoh and demanded the Israelites' release. When the Pharaoh refused, Egypt was beset by a series of divine plagues as recounted in the Bible. These plagues devastated the country and showcased the might of the God of Israel. While scholars continue to debate the historical accuracy of the plagues, some have suggested that natural disasters and climate events may have influenced these biblical accounts. The Exodus and the parting of the Red Sea. Following the devastating plagues, the Pharaoh finally relented and allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt. As Moses led the Israelites out of bondage, the biblical account tells of the miraculous parting of the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to cross safely while the pursuing Egyptian army was engulfed by the returning waters. Many theories have been proposed to explain the parting of the Red Sea, ranging from a strong wind that created a temporary land bridge to a volcanic eruption that caused the waters to recede. While the exact circumstances of this event remain a mystery, the story of the Exodus and the parting of the Red Sea remain integral parts of the Bible's narrative, illustrating God's protection and guidance. Solomon, the Queen of Sheba, and Egyptian influence. King Solomon, renowned for his wisdom, ruled over Israel during a period of peace and prosperity. His legendary encounter with the Queen of Sheba is documented in the Bible, as she journeyed to Jerusalem to test his wisdom and exchange gifts. Though the Queen of Sheba is associated with various regions, some scholars believe she may have come from Egypt, which would further strengthen the connection between the two cultures. Solomon's reign saw significant Egyptian influence in Israel as he formed a political alliance with Egypt through his marriage to an Egyptian princess. This alliance led to an exchange of ideas, culture, and technology between the two nations, shaping Israel's development during this period. Egypt in the New Testament. Ancient Egypt's influence on the Bible also extends into the New Testament. The most notable instance is the story of the Holy Family's flight into Egypt, seeking refuge from the persecution of King Herod. The journey of Mary, Joseph, and the infant Jesus to Egypt further strengthens the connection between biblical events and ancient Egypt, portraying the country as a place of refuge and safety. Another intriguing connection lies in the tradition of Egyptian monasticism. The deserts of Egypt became home to numerous Christian hermits and monks who sought a life of solitude and contemplation. Many of these monastic practices would later influence Christian monasticism throughout Europe. This shows that Egypt's significance within the Bible extends beyond the stories of the Old Testament and continues to shape the spiritual landscape of the Christian world. The enduring mystery of the Ark of the Covenant. One of the most fascinating biblical mysteries is the final resting place of the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred artifact that housed the Ten Commandments. While its location remains unknown, some theories suggest that the Ark may be hidden in Egypt. One possibility is that the Ark was taken to the ancient city of Tanis, a location that has long captivated archaeologists and adventurers alike. Another theory posits that the Ark was hidden within the Great Pyramid of Giza, an idea that has spurred numerous investigations and explorations over the years. Although these theories remain speculative, the potential connection between ancient Egypt and the Ark of the Covenant adds an additional layer of intrigue to the relationship between the biblical world and this ancient civilization. Ancient Egypt's influence on the Bible is extensive, with numerous biblical stories and events intricately woven into the tapestry of Egypt's rich history. From the rise of Joseph to the Exodus, and from Solomon's alliance with Egypt to the subtle presence of Egyptian culture in the New Testament, these untold secrets reveal the depth of the connection between the Bible and this enigmatic civilization. As we continue to explore and unravel the mysteries of ancient Egypt, we gain new insights into the complex relationship between this great civilization and the sacred texts that have shaped human history.